Welcome back here on the Wichita Thunder Report. I'm Jason Miles, and I'm joined by Mitch Gillam. And we're glad to have Mitch coming back here to Wichita. Mitch, how you been so far throughout the offseason?
Hey, Maldi. I've been really good. Just been back at home in Peterborough, Ontario, and training hard and being on the ice as much as possible. And it's been a long 8 months, but excited to get back in Thunder uniform.
What was the environment like up in Peterborough this summer?
It wasn't too bad. I think the max amount of cases in Peterborough for COVID was around the max was 20, and that was just recently. So it's been pretty good. I mean, you have to wear a mask everywhere and 6 feet apart, kind of the usual. There's one-way laneways in every store that you go in, pretty much. So we're keeping it pretty tight ship up north, and other than that, like, I've been able to train pretty well. My brother owns a gym, so I've been able to get into the gym as much as possible, and I've been skating with a good solid pro group in Wichita, Ontario. They have some solid procedures up there to get onto the ice, and it's been pretty good this summer. Actually, I've been on the ice and in the gym more often than I normally would. So it's been pretty good, and I'm feeling pretty good coming into the season.
Do you feel like the preparation for this season, with it being different starting in December as opposed to October, has that changed anything for you?
A little bit. I mean, you don't want to exhaust yourself too much and in the off ice training, and obviously you want to come in at peak levels. So I've been me and my brother have been monitoring workloads and things like that, and just the timing of it. I mean, it's just been such a long off season. It's a little bit different. I mean, the mindset, sometimes I'll go onto the ice and I'll try and perform as if it's like a game situation. So I'm kind of dialed in a little bit more than working on certain aspects of my game. So it's been a little bit different. I've been trying to train myself to be game ready. So
Mitch Gillam joining us. Mitch, as we take a look back at last season, how do you evaluate your performance, and what do you hope to improve on as we get ready for this season?
Yeah, last season, I feel like I had a lot of work, and this season, and Rammer and I have, we've talked, and he's bringing in a lot of young talent and good D and some great returning players. So I'm excited to have them in front of me, and it'll be good this year to have, some guys who have played 1 year under their belt already, and they'll be ready to go, and I'm sure they're excited to get back. And last season, I felt like I played really well, and I think I can improve on that, and I'm excited, and I really wanted to bring a championship to Wichita this year, and that's my main goal this year.
Especially the amount of shots and the amount of minutes you played, that was pretty heavy last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was. It wasn't. It was a team effort, and I'd have to say, we struggled a little bit in our defensive zone, and I think that this year we'll be able to incorporate some new talents that can help us along the way, and I'm excited for everybody to get back and get things started.
Mitch Gillam joining us here on the Thunder Report. Mitch, you mentioned before we got started here that you crossed the border. How did that go? Was that easy to get into New York?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. As we came up to the border, there's usually a bridge where everybody's lined up to, and there's no cars, obviously. And there's one officer just standing there, and he asked me, pretty much the basic questions: where you're going, where you're staying, all that. And I told him I played hockey, and he wanted to talk hockey for about 2 minutes. So we were just chatting about he's a Nashville Predators fan, so I know a few guys on the team, so I was able to talk with him for a minute. So it was pretty smooth. And then we went to like a second tier of guy right at the border, because they're doing a massive renovation at the border there. So like you had to weasel down the side a bit. And they took my passport in, and usually you have to go in and get your hands scanned so that they know that you're in the States, and everything like that, and sign off on some things. But they just took my passport in there along with Gray's, and there was no issues. They brought it back out within 10-15 minutes and got my P1 and my stamp on my passport, and along we went.
Now, are you planning on spending Thanksgiving up there before you make your way down here?
Yeah, I think we're gonna stay here till the morning of the 27th, and then drive across country to Wichita. So we'll probably leave early morning, and then usually get around St. Louis and stay in St. Louis one night, and then continue on. It's usually a 2-day trip.
I'm sure you got to be excited to hopefully, knock on wood, get back to playing hockey, right?
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit nervous. I got butterflies. It's different this year. It's kind of it's a big lead up to the season and everything, and I'm excited to get back into the uniform, and I'm really excited to get back into a game. I can't wait to get into a game.
Well, I know the fans are going to be excited that you're coming back. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll catch up with you here in a couple of weeks, okay?
Yep, 100%.
All right, be safe. That is Mitch Gillam. We'll talk to you again soon. Until then, Jason Mals signing off here on the Thunder Report.